Hello, friend.
Hello.
It's another one of those you made me watch this episodes.
It is, yeah. What'd you make me watch, Amber?
Before, I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
Did you see the comment on my Facebook post on our We Who Were Not page from yesterday?
Wait. No?
Someone asked...
Yes, okay, yes, I just saw it.
How they would be treated if they were part of the page and part of listening. I'm assuming listening.
Yeah.
Because they're an agnostic.
Yeah, and evidently this person is a friend of mine, and I just mass invited people to like the page.
Nice.
Yeah.
What did you think of my response?
I thought it was good.
I was like a human being.
Yeah.
Like we would everyone else.
I mean, I saw that, and then I scrolled back, and was like, I just posted about Black Snake Moans. So... That was the last post before that comment.
Was it?
Yep. So, yeah.
I thought the last post before that comment was your, Oh, yeah, because it was the episode.
Yeah. Yeah, so yesterday...
Was the episode.
As of recording yesterday...
Wednesday.
Thursday, you posted your Humbly Grateful
song.
Or Grumbly Hateful. And then the day before was the episode, which was Black Snake Moan. So,
and here we are.
Yeah. If you're listening, you'll be treated like a person.
Yes, absolutely. Whether you're on our Facebook page or part of our living archive, like...
You come at us respectful, and we will reciprocate the respect.
And we're not going to treat you differently because you believe differently, because that's... does nothing but harm people.
And if you're a butthole, I'll just block you from the page.
Great. Fantastic.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if you'd seen it yet.
I just saw it before I evacuated my bladder.
Well, I was evacuating mine.
Yes.
So for this episode of You Made Me Watch This, I forced Jessica to watch one of all-time classic movies from the 90s, Little Women. Watching this brought me as much joy as watching it.
I don't think we could have gotten as opposite from Black Snake Moan if we tried.
I feel like that's going to be like, we're going to like...
I've got so many movies in my head for next time.
Whiplash, because you're going to be like, Black Snake Moan. I'm going to be like, Little Women. There's a sequel to Little Women. A whole bunch of other things.
There's so many ways to go from here.
It's quite the thing. So if you haven't seen Little Women, it's based on the book Little Women. I can't remember who wrote the book. I think it's...
Is it fiction or non-fiction?
It's fiction.
Okay.
Little Women. I'm Googling book.
That was not a complete sentence.
I know. Half of it was in my brain. Louisa May Alcott wrote the book. The story takes place during the Civil War, right around the middle of it. This family, father, a mother, and 4 girls. The father's off fighting in the war. The mom and the girls are keeping everything running at home. And it's their childhood. There's the next door neighbor named Lori. Yes, he is a boy. What
is his real name? Theodore Lawrence?
Theodore Lawrence. And it tells the story of them. Meg is the oldest. She's a very responsible, respectable human being. Josephine, or Jo, is the second. I very much am a Jo. She is unsettled, discontent. She's a writer. She is loud. She doesn't follow social standards. Then there's Beth. She's a quiet homebody who, throughout the movie, kind of takes after her mother and takes care of others, ends up getting scarlet fever, and getting sick, and then more. I won't spoil it for you yet, because we'll continue to talk about it. And then the youngest is Amy. She is a snooty child who turns kind of into a snooty adult.
Kind of.
3 of the 4 girls end up getting married, and we'll discuss that because Jessica had lots of
thoughts.
Lots of thoughts. So it opens at Christmas time at the beginning of the Civil War. What did you think? Because this is
first of all, casting in this movie is a little strange.
Okay.
Theodore Lawrence is played by Christian Bale. Weird choice for that. He was fine until he wasn't fine, and then he got creepy. And Winona Ryder plays Jo, and she was, in the context of this movie, she was the weird girl in this movie too. Winona Ryder always plays the weird girls.
Maybe it's because she feels like a weird girl.
I think she probably does. And then, those were the big.
There was actually a lot of now big actors and actresses in this movie.
I recognize several people in it. Susan Sarandon plays Marmee.
Which is the mom.
Why did they call her Marmee?
I think it was a cultural thing back then.
Who else did I recognize?
Kristen Dunst plays the young Amy.
Yes. And then the dude, I can't remember.
Which dude?
He's only in it for like just a second.
Was it one of the friends at the piano scene?
No. It is one of the dudes in the room with her and the professor where he like stops.
Oh, got it.
I recognize that guy. He's in a TV series. I don't feel like looking it up.
I was going to say, he's such a minuscule character. He probably won't be easy to look up.
If I can remember what the TV... Because he's the main character on this TV series. He plays, like, it's a family sitcom where the family, of course, is crazy. And I'll see if I can... You're not going to know what it is, even if I can find it.
I might.
I know. I'll look up one of the other... Pineapple Express. One of the other actors in that show is in Pineapple Express. Oh, where are you? Kevin Corrigan. That's not who I'm looking for. Grounded for Life is the series.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, he plays the dad in that episode.
Gotcha.
So I was surprised to see him.
I mean, this movie was 1994.
Yeah. He shows up in a lot of random things. I was just like, whoa, there you are.
I think there's a lot of really big stars who got their start. This was some of their starting movies.
Yeah. Well, Winona Ryder was in Beetlejuice as well, and that came out in 88. And I think that was one of her first big movies.
Gotcha. Things that I don't know.
Yeah. Because
I don't pay attention.
It's okay. I'll probably make you watch Beetlejuice at some point.
Great. So... the reason I love this movie is I grew up super sheltered, as we know, and so it was one of the few that we could watch. And so, like, I just love it. It's
if I would have seen this movie as a child, I would have fallen in love with it.
As an adult, what's your thought?
As an adult, I don't dislike the movie. It's a good movie. But having seen as many movies as I've seen, watching movies from the early 90s or like the 80s that I haven't seen before is kind of difficult. Just because I notice the technical differences a lot, and the way that movies were written then are different than they're written now. The pacing in this one was actually pretty good. Early 90s movies have pretty bad pacing, a lot of them.
By pacing, you mean like they're slower?
Yes.
This one, I think, was fast for its time.
It was pretty good, and the dialogue was pretty good, because that's another 90s movie thing that I really struggle with, because 90s movies are not that well written.
So, what was your favorite part?
My favorite part... I liked their plays in the attic. In the attic?
Yeah, I did too. So, because it's all sisters, they created a, like, secret society, and they dressed up as boys, and they did plays in the attic, and they had their own cute little newspaper, and, like, made life fun for themselves.
Yeah, they were very obviously... different for the time era that this movie was supposed to take place.
Yeah.
They're a very progressive family, which means very different things now than it did back then.
Well, kind of. Like,
in ways.
Like, whatever the progressive stamp was then, like, women having value and being able to vote. And there was a scene where the mom has all 4 daughters talking about how she wishes the world was different and they could go off and do whatever they wanted.
Yeah.
So, like, really and truly, it's
the same vein. It's just the pendulum has swung really far.
Yeah.
Now, in 2025.
Yeah.
30-year-old movie. I just put that together in my head.
31-year-old movie.
31-year-old movie.
Wow.
A lifetime ago.
I was 7 when this movie came out.
I was 5.
That's funny. So, what was your least favorite part? Because I know you're dying to talk about it.
It's not even really a part so much as it's a storyline towards the end of the movie. There's 2 weird age gap relationships. And I don't like it. One of them disturbs me more than the other.
Okay, let's start with the first age gap relationship.
The less disturbing one?
Sure.
That would be Joe and the professor. And
Frederick Bear.
in the movie, okay. So when this dude comes on screen, he looks much older than he is. I had to Google it during the movie. He was, what did I tell you, 41 when they filmed the movie?
When he was supposed to be like 37.
Yeah, and Winona Ryder's, she was 23 at the time, and her character was supposed to be 21. That dude looked older than 41. And they just, looking at him, he looked much older. I don't like age gaps. It brings up a lot of stuff in me, and some of it is fair, and some of it is not fair at all. I remember being like 21 and being really creeped out by dudes in their 40s that were interested in me. I thought it was creepy.
It is creepy.
Or even in their late 30s. I thought it was creepy. And now, being in my technically late 30s, I mean mid 30s, but I cannot imagine having something in common with a 21-year-old. And the generation gap is even bigger now.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
I mean, there is that. It's way bigger now than when I was 21, which was 15 years ago. It wasn't quite as much of a difference between, but it's very stark now. Anyway, I have never seen, and I know they exist, I know they do, but even when I'm told a relationship is different, it's not usually different. They're usually predatory, and they're older people preying on younger, naive people.
I get that. I have to take in context that back then that was probably pretty normal. And back then girls were getting married at 16, 17 years old. You don't have to like it, but for context of movie.
No, I know, but I can still grumble and bitch about it.
Valid.
Too.
Valid.
We're going to pick it apart like we did Black Snake Bone.
I mean, Valid, do you want to know the sequel?
Yes.
It's called Little Men.
I don't like that title.
It is all about the school that they open.
Ah, interesting.
It's actually a good one. I'll make you watch it one day.
Just a weird title.
Well, it's like Little Women, Little Men. They open a boys' school.
I get it. It's just a weird title.
It is. So, the other age gap relationship. This one I have some thoughts on.
So, the other one, first of all, Christian Bale, for that specific bad casting for that role, because he's just a creep. You told me he's supposed to be the good guy. I still don't get how he's supposed to be the good guy, but Christian Bale can't play a good guy. It's just not in his genes. The other one, how old is Amy when she meets Laurie for the first time?
So if she was 18 when their relationship happened, and that was 4 years, she would have been 14.
Like 13 or 14 when they met.
Yes.
And then, like, there's a big gap in the movie. The movie flashes. It's like 4 years. There's a couple scenes with Amy, played by Kirsten Dunst, who looks way younger than 14, which probably adds to the uncomfortableness of this whole thing. She looks like 10, maybe. There's a flash forward to her being 18, and it's a different actress, obviously, which is a little strange. She's the only one that looks even remotely different in 4 years, but whatever. And it flashes to her in France painting, and ends up in Europe too, and they find themselves in the same place, and he's got women hanging all over him, and then he sees her and is just like, oh my gosh, and he just like immediately falls in love with her after having already proposed to Joe.
I'm being turned down by Joe.
Yes, turned down by Joe. It is way more uncomfortable for, see, he was supposed to be what, 22?
Yeah.
So he was 18 when they, 18 when he met a 14-year-old. And then they end up in a relationship. I don't like it.
Are we going to make it even weirder?
No, but yes.
I think the character Amy was supposed to love him, like be in love with him from the very beginning.
Oh, you could tell she had a crush on him.
Oh, yeah. Because, so there's a scene towards the middle of the movie, like, not like the very beginning, but far enough in, and Laurie gets opera tickets, and Amy wants to go, but there's only 4, and they take Joe and Meg Mr. Brooks, who is the tutor and then becomes Meg's husband shortly after this, and Lori. And Amy wants to go, and she's really, really angry and burns a manuscript that Joe had been writing because she wanted to go so bad because she wanted to be with Lori. So I think Amy always loved
Well, even worse than that
Lori.
is this scene in the carriage after Beth gets scarlet fever and they send Amy away so she doesn't get scarlet fever. And again, she's supposed to be 14. She looks 10 because Kirsten Dunst looks really young. And she says something to the effect of, I don't want to die before I get a kiss. And this 18-year-old promises her he will kiss her before she dies.
He did follow through on his promise.
That is, I hate it.
So funny.
And so uncomfortable.
That's funny. I never picked up on any of this before.
However, we've been talking about this a little bit. I have been trying to work past my discomfort with age gap stuff and try to view it more unbiased. It is very difficult for me because 14-year-olds today are much different than 14-year-olds 15 years ago or 14-year-olds 100 years ago. Mm-hmm. But I still can't, in my mind, it's still weird for me for a 14, 16, 17-year-old girl to marry a man in his 30s. And why is it okay for men to be single into their 30s and 40s and then go for pedo bait? But women, if they're single past the age of 22, they're just spinsters.
Spinsters. Yeah, I don't know why there's that double standard.
You know, the weird, there's still a push to try to normalize those kinds of things. Older men will just like younger women. But every time I've ever asked about it, the reasons given are weird and predatory. Like they're inexperienced and this isn't the exact words, but it's always what I take from it. I can mold them into what I want to mold them into. And I don't even remember where I was going with that. Yep, I lost my train of thought.
So I think for the movie, because I love this movie, and no matter what you say, I'm still going to love this movie.
Well, you should.
Back then, women had no rights. Like, they didn't have the right to vote. They really couldn't hold jobs. She had, write under different names that are not theirs. And so, in reality, it looked like, oh, you're a spinster and you're never going to have anybody and you're going to have to be taken care of. And it was that kind of thought. I think today it's different.
Kind of.
I think it's still like, you and I, we're in our 30s and we're single. I'm divorced. You've never been married. You've had long-term relationships. But we're single and it's different. You get treated differently.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. You're not always I've been called a spinster, but people still put a really heavy pressure on when you gonna get married. I'm not even talking to anyone.
There's no guys. Sorry,
leave me alone.
We live in Wyoming. The men are few. And if they're a good one, we have not met them.
Right.
But today I went out. I went to another town and I did raspberry picking and I went with a group of moms and you don't fit.
No.
I love the friend I went with. I desperately love her. She's my best friend. But you don't fit in that group.
No, not at all. The normalizing of, or the push for those kinds of age gaps being okay, it is discouraging for me as a 36-year-old woman. It's I'm never going to get a man because they're only looking for
22, 23, 24-year-olds.
18, 17, if they can get away. Young. They're looking for young women. And without fail, every long-term relationship I've had, the next one is much younger than me. And it's... I don't want to say that I'm envious, because at 21 I thought when older men were interested in me I thought it was creepy. And I had plenty of older men interested in me. I thought it was creepy.
No. It is creepy.
Yeah, now
it's like when you get messages on social media from 70-year-olds asking you to be their sugar baby.
Yeah. I've always thought, like, why can't you get a woman your own age? Mm-hmm. And then, now that I'm here and these men are my peers, I don't know any men my age that have gone for younger women that are super, sorry if I know you and you're listening to this and you're in that dynamic, but they're not super put together men. They're not mature.
Do they have relationships with Jesus? Like solid, good, building relationships with Jesus, like they're seeking him?
I mean, the argument could be made that one of them is.
If you have to argue about it, then I would say...
We'll have to talk about that one later.
Maybe not. And what's the fruit? Like...
I mean, I don't know him anymore, so I don't know. In his perspective, he absolutely is.
Gotcha. It would be interested to see the fruit. Like...
Well, I don't want to ever be that close to him.
Well, valid, but like, I meant in general. Like men claiming to be Christians.
Well, I will say this in his defense. I can't imagine him ever listening to this, but if he does, he's going to peg it right away. I don't even care. The fact that he committed to this relationship that he's in, that's a pretty big fruit from where he was with me, because he freaking cheated on me all the time. I mean, I don't know what their relationship looks like, but he put a ring on it, so he's more committed than he's ever been since I've known him.
Right. But that doesn't mean there's actual, like, fruit in relationships with God, because you can put a ring on somebody and be committed and you're still not growing close to the Lord. You're still not being the man you're supposed to be. Like, I was married to one, and if he ever listens to this podcast, great, fantastic. Yeah. I was married to one who said all the right things and did all the right things in public, but behind closed doors, it was a different story. No, so
this one can't pull up. He is who he is. When you see him, he is who he is. There has been a change in him since he started pursuing Christ.
Well, then that's good.
Yeah.
I was just meaning in general, like...
In general, most of them, no, they're not. They don't have relationships with Christ.
And that's kind of a big neon sign of why this is happening.
Do you think it is? Because I see Christian men doing it too.
I would argue that I would say the question needs to be asked, are they actually believers? Like, when I say believers, I mean people who are pursuing God. Not just, oh, I'm a Christian in name only. I don't ever attend church. I don't attend a Bible study. I never open my Bible. I never pray. I don't seek the Lord. My life has not changed. I just basically got my get out of jail free ticket. I mean, like, pursuing God.
That's fair. Yeah, we started off the movie. I liked Christian Bale's character. I wanted him and Joe to end up together. I thought that it was beautiful. They were having fun together. They, like, seemed like they were having fun together, and he was supportive of her writing, and he was doing weird, quirky, fun stuff with her. And then ultimately she says no. And she falls in love with a man 16 years older. Looks way older, but 16 years older than her. She's 21. And I get, like, there's a scene where she brings him something she has published, a writing that she has published, and she does it under a man's name, I'm guessing, so she can get it published. And he just looks at it and he starts reading it, and he's like, lunatics, vampires, is this what you're interested in? And she's obviously upset by it, and she leaves. Well, then she writes a novel, and she slips it under his door, and he reads it, and you can tell, like, it's the interaction between the two. He's, like, disappointed in her. He's like, you've got so much more in you. And, like, I get that, but it's when it is framed in the dynamic of an older man telling trying to father a 21-year-old. What's wrong with writing about lunatics and vampires? Like, it's okay.
It is okay. I wonder if... So here's what I wonder. I wonder if, because you and I have not been in relationships where the man sees what is inside of us and tries to call it out. Not in a bad way, but like sees good in us, sees the call God has on us, and tries to like foster that and care for that and support that and walk alongside and pursue with you, that feels gross to us. Or you, so because it feels like, oh,
it's the way it's framed a little bit more. So she is portrayed as pretty innocent up until this point. Well, even up until, spoiler alert, until her sister dies. Like, she's pretty happy-go-lucky. She's pretty innocent. Her sister dying is the crux of her looking at life different, and then she's able to write something that he deems more profound, and he sends it off, and it gets published and whatever. But, like, she was so innocent before that. And I knew when he said something about, like, you've got more in you. I knew that the sister was going to die, right? Like, this isn't a very suspenseful movie.
No.
But as soon as she asked him about the book, and he's like, oh, it's good. She's like, I'm going to take it to get published. And he's like, oh, well, this dude, he's a very honest man. She asks him, well, what do you think? Why you be honest with me? And he tells her, you've got more in you. I knew at that moment. It's like, but it takes tragedy to bring that stuff out sometimes. And I can't articulate right now why exactly, like, that is setting weird with me. Because she was so innocent. She was so innocent. And she saw magic in the world. And she wanted to write about vampires. And I don't think there's anything wrong about writing with vampires.
I don't think there is either. I mean,
vampires just being a catch-all term for, like, just writing about what brings you happiness.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, age gap relationships, they're definitely a thing. And, like, I don't know, I kind of saw it a little bit differently. Like, I look at some of my friends have super healthy relationships, and these are people I know intimately, and, like, they tell me things about their marriage or their struggles or where they've fallen short. And I hear them talk about how their spouse sees stuff in them and then helps them pursue that. Doesn't push them, but helps them pursue that. Because in reality, he said, hey, I don't like this. Her sister dies. She goes home. And then it's been like 6 months to a year since they've seen each other when he comes back and brings her the book. So he kind of did do that, is, I don't really like this. I see more in you. And then let her figure it out on her own.
Well, right, but if her sister would have died, then that would have just been the end of it.
Well, right, but it's a movie, and that plot was coming.
No, I know, but we're picking it apart, dude. Let me pick it apart.
Keep picking it apart.
Well, okay, so in the super healthy relationships, is there an age gap? I feel compelled.
One of them.
Feel compelled to clarify. The way that I have a discomfort about age gap relationships is someone over the age of 30 courting and dating and being in a relationship with someone under the age of, like, 23.
So, like,
the older you get, the less it matters.
7 to 10 years.
Well, but just in that context, like, someone.
Yeah, but what if they met and they were in their 20s and he was in his 30s? Now it'd be like she's in her 30s, he's in his 50s.
Early 20s and anything over 30, I have a discomfort with. Like, if I'm being honest, under the age of 25, with someone.
So it's not necessarily an age gap. It's a teenager.
It's an experience gap.
25. Literally knows nothing.
Yes.
And they're stupid.
Yes.
With an older, above 30s, because that 30-year-old in 30 plus influences way more heavily.
Yes.
Someone who's still figuring out the world.
Yes. And maybe even it's an experience thing too. Also, not only, but also because I was 24 when I met the one, and he was 27.
That's a decent age gap.
It is, but looking back, I was too young for him. I was too inexperienced
I was
for
going to say, I
him.
don't think you were too young. I think it was your
I
experience.
was too inexperienced for him.
Because I have a friend who, she's my age, and he is 51 or 52, and they've been married for like somewhere between 8 and 12 years. I don't know the exact number.
Yeah.
But that would be a bigger age gap.
Yeah, but it would have been late 20s when they got together.
But you asked me if there was ones that was age gap like that. Like,
well, yeah, but that's why I felt the need to
well,
clarify.
like, even the experiences were different. She had been kind of just dating off and on, dating serious,
Well,
not
yeah.
serious. He had been married and widowed.
Yes, no, I still...
And so the experiencers are still vastly different.
Yes, they are, but the older you get, the less it matters.
Got it. Okay. Because you asked me if there was ones that were age gap, and I was thinking of them that they're healthy.
What I have discomfort with specifically is teenager to a... It depends on the person, but between like 23 and 25.
17, 18, 19, and a 27-year-old still is weird.
Yes. Yeah. But people who are like...
25, 26, and up.
Less and less weird every year from there.
Got it. Okay. That's valid. So I get why the age gap with Joe and Friedrich bugged you.
Yes.
I think the Amy and Lori thing was because he did say at one point, "I've always known I was going to be married into the March."
Yeah, it was
part
weird.
Of the March
it was
family.
Just weird on there was so many weird
if
things.
Beth had somebody, I would hate him too.
Yeah. What a weirdo.
Yeah, that was just weird. Love the movie.
Yeah.
Those are my two least favorite characters, Lori and, like, second half of the movie, Lori and Amy are two of my least favorite characters.
Well, you have to have, like, a quote-unquote villain to have a good story.
Yeah. And I don't think he's really a villain. Okay, so I have a question for you, because I've searched for it. Where did you, because you were the one who said this, you can find God and Jesus and storylines of faith in anything. So did you see any of that?
You mean aside from the fact that they, like, prayed and sang Jesus music and, like, were obviously people of faith?
Christmas carols don't count.
I mean, they were Christmas carols, but they were God. They were...
Yeah, but that was Christmas carols back then. Was the old hymns.
Yeah, but they talked about God and stuff, too.
Yeah, but did you see anything else outside of, like, the Civil War era? They talked about God and they kind of believed in...
The family dynamic, the family connection, how connected that family was, how much they loved each other, the taking care of the family less fortunate, than like giving them when they didn't even have that much themselves. Like, it was the first Christmas dinner they show. They have, for them, it was very obviously an extravagant dinner, and someone brings up that there's another family that's less fortunate than them, and they give their food away. There are more obvious Christian values in this movie than Black Snake Moan.
Right. I think it's just filled with Christian values, which is good. I don't think there is, like... Well, I say that as I'm thinking. Like, you asked me to, like, if you had to preach a sermon about this movie, what would you say? And I've been thinking about that all day.
For this one?
For this one, and I can't figure anything out.
I think the family dynamics in this movie are really heartwarming, and it could be an interesting foundation for a sermon.
When, as you said it, now that my brain's processing, they did take care of those less fortunate, even though they had nothing. Like, they were generous.
Yes, they were generous.
Generous to having nothing. And
yes.
I think a lot of us need to go and be more like that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the progressive in, what year was the Civil War? Like, 18 something? Progressive in 1800s is a lot different than progressive in 2025. And
I'd rather be back then.
Yeah, me too. In some ways. I mean...
April 12th, 1861 to May 26th, 1865. That's funny. My parents' anniversary is May 26th.
That's funny.
So, 1884.
Mid 19th century. Progressive was... Progressive still, in a lot of ways, reflected Christian values.
Yeah.
Women are equals.
Yeah.
Take care of the needy. Slaves are bad. Because that was another part of the movie where the March family didn't wear silk because they knew it was made by child labor.
And slavery. And
yeah.
They were ostracized for it.
Yes.
So yeah, I guess progressive values in this actually meant treating people like people.
Yes.
Versus today's progressive values, and I don't even talk about today's progressive values.
Different podcast for different
I don't
time.
have my brain attached fully for that.
No, me either.
Sorry, I am so tired. Did I scare you off of my sheltered homeschool movies?
No. What do you do, Amber?
I mean,
you can't scare me with a movie. I would like to see you try to scare me with a movie, but it's not going to happen.
Oh, I could pull some stuff out of the archives. I could pull it deep.
I challenge you. I guarantee you it's not. I'm scared isn't going to be what I am.
I'll disturb you with some things.
I mean, I'm disturbed by Amy and Lori. That's like...
Fantastic. I could make it worse.
You're going to have a hard time shocking me.
I mean, some of the Christian movies out there are disturbing.
Like, in what way?
I'm thinking of a puppet named Gilbert.
Puppet named Gilbert.
Who taught Christian values. It was disturbing.
Like, Uncanny Valley disturbing?
Like, trying to create a Christian kids Sesame Street style, but it was a puppet named Gilbert, and he taught Christian values.
Cringy and uncomfortable?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Disturbing.
Okay.
Cringy and uncomfortable, disturbing. Like, I can't even bring myself to watch it again.
If we're going for disturbing...
No, we are going for
cringy
and
uncomfortable. Straight.
No, I need sleep. We don't go to Freak Amber's Brain Out.
No, probably not yet. Someday, but not yet. I gotta desensitize you a little bit more. Get into those.
Oh. Did I tell you the dream I had the other night?
About the vat of acid or another one?
It was a different one.
Oh, no.
I'll tell you later. Okay. I don't need this one public knowledge. And it wasn't acid, it was chicken grease.
Whatever.
People are going to be like, you two should not record later.
I had a dream. I'll talk about my dream. I had a dream last night that I was in a big... someone had converted an old building into like this sort of escape room maze situation. It was like horror themed.
I'm out.
I was having a great time. It was lots of fun. The tiles, I could like slide in my socks across the tiles, and I found my way to the end really fast.
That would be fun, just not the horror theme.
I mean, if I wasn't so desensitized, it probably would have been more disturbing. But in my brain, I was like, oh, I should find really creepy things to take pictures of. And then I found the end of it.
That's
and
funny.
I had so much fun that I didn't go all... Because, like, you get in an elevator, and you came to, like, a point where it's like, okay, so you can go this way, and there's about 10% left. You're almost to the end. Or you can go all the way back to the beginning. I chose to go all the way back to the beginning. No idea what it means. If there is a meaning in that one at all, but...
We have fallen down the rabbit hole.
You run up dreams. And we gotta pad this out a little bit. Have we even been an hour yet?
No, we've been 38 minutes.
38 minutes?
Our Black Snake Moan wasn't...
It was like an hour and a half.
Was it?
Yes.
But there was more to talk about. It wasn't a wholesome, like, Christian-ish movie that, like, the most disturbing thing was the age gaps.
How old were you when you first saw this movie, do you think?
12, 13.
What made you fall in love with it?
Probably because there was only, like, a select amount of movies we were allowed to watch, and that was one of them, and I was a young girl who thought romance was fantastic, and as every young girl does at 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and to me it was just this cute romance story.
So did you prefer Lori or the professor?
In the movie for the characters?
Well, like, when you were younger watching it, fantasizing.
I don't remember fantasizing about either of them.
No, you didn't even, like... You
No.
weren't rooting for Lori?
Oh, rooting. I don't remember that far back. That's been a while ago. I tend to watch movies fully through before I form an opinion.
Mm-hmm.
That's not necessarily true now, but I don't remember.
No.
I would have to say I was probably rooting for Lori and Joe because they make it so obvious in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then they just like,
yeah,
you're just a friend. You're like a brother.
Yeah.
I'm never going to love anyone.
Yes. I would have loved this movie as a young person. I probably still would have. This is just a personal thing that is going to come up a lot. I don't like love stories in most movies. This could have been a perfectly wonderful, fantastic movie without a weird love triangle with Joe.
And Lori and Amy?
Yes. Yes. I mean, if they had to do it, it could have been like a side thing. When the love story is the focal point, it's done so often.
That's why we don't watch Hallmark movies.
Love stories irritate the shit out of me.
So, pretend like they did this weird love triangle. Lori never proposed, and the only real big love story you saw was Meg and Brooke, the oldest daughter.
As like a focal point, or just
no, just how it was, how they did it.
Yeah, I would have been fine with that.
Okay. If they would have not had the weird love triangle thing with Lori at all, and she would have ended up with a professor at the end, like she did.
I still would be weirded out by the age gap. But
Well, take the age gap, like we know age gap, but like the love story aspect of it. Because I don't feel like that one was as weird as Lori.
As like a young person, a preteen teenager watching it, I wouldn't have really had a problem with it. But as an adult now, it would have been interesting to see if she would have stuck with her "I'm not going to be a wife" thing.
Yeah.
Because it's always that dynamic. It's always the woman who, this is the one that bugs me the most. The woman that's never going to get married, but then she finds the right guy and falls in love. And like, I get that because that's where I'm at too.
You want to be a nun.
But at the same time, it could be, if written properly, it could be a really interesting story. Do you see a woman that's just like, first of all, isn't a whore because she chooses not, because there are plenty of movies about that. I'm not getting married. And then she just goes, sleeps with everything that moves.
That's 90% of the rom-coms.
Yes, but if it was just a woman who's like, no, I want to teach kids. I want to travel.
Or I want to be a writer.
I want to be a writer. I don't want to be a wife. And I'm not going to be a wife. And I'm going to stay abstinent. Like, I don't know that I've ever seen a movie like that. And I think it could be a really interesting story.
Gotcha.
And in the broader scope of things, you and I have talked about this a lot. This world isn't geared towards single people, really.
No.
And I think that's okay, but it is... So, without bringing up too much of what's gone on this week, I have been thinking about this a lot, and it can be transposed, but I started thinking about my sex ed class that I had to take in high school.
Okay.
And basically, we were all told, you can't help yourself. You're going to do it anyways, you can't help yourself, so you might as well be safe. And there's no teaching of restraint and self-discipline. Like, the world just expects teenagers to be horny and out of control. They don't take any measure to teach self-discipline. And I think of my little human, and for a long time she didn't want to be married. And after I was out of that relationship, I kind of wanted to... I've thought a lot about exemplifying or being an example in her life and the other little kids in my life of it's okay to be single. It's okay to... It's a gift to be single. It can be a gift to be single. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that it is a rare gift. It's hard to do and it's not for everybody, but if we were taught self-discipline and self-restraint, and I'm going to rabbit trail a little bit. I was thinking about that and how we're taught, like, you just can't control yourself. And then as an adult, maybe this will need a little bit of a content warning. I'll try to keep it not too super bad, but how as an adult, sex is like the most important thing. Mm-hmm. It's the most important thing.
Try before you buy.
And that combined with you can't help yourself. If you're a person that's not having sex, you're looking out and thinking, there must be something so wrong with me. If people can't help themselves and it's so important and I'm still not having it, like, do you understand what I'm trying to get at?
Oh, yeah.
It communicates a really weird message to people, and then there's no wonder we have, like, the incel community or people who are really bitter against the opposite sex or their peer group or whatever because they're single and they're celibate. And even if people tell you, oh, it's okay, society at large demonizes that lifestyle.
Right.
Single, you're fine as long as you're still having sex.
But you're not fine if you're not having sex and you're choosing to honor God.
Right.
I'm going to get spicy on this one.
Okay.
I think the church has even made sex before marriage okay.
Yeah, probably.
Like, I see people, lots of people in lots of different stages in my life living with their boyfriend or girlfriend, and they are not married, and they're having sex, and then because one, we're not stupid, two, children end up coming out of it, and you're like, but you were taught different. And then you see these people in positions of leadership.
This brings up another conversation, because you and I have talked about the Jewish tradition for marriage, but the Bible doesn't give exactly what that is. What a marriage, like, it just says it's a man and a woman. It doesn't say anything about these traditions or these rituals or signing a piece of paper to the government or whatever. Like, the way the Bible frames it, it is a man and a woman committing to each other before God with witnesses for eternity. Give me more than
It's not where I thought you were going.
Where did you think I was going?
I know people who did the whole, well, we were married because we had sex, and with God, all that matters is if you have sex.
Yeah, so, I don't think that's defensible, though, biblically.
I agree. Oh, I 100% agree. So, oh my gosh, my brain. If what we see in the Bible is one man, one woman. Now, granted, we have to, caveat this with, there comes a time where God says one man, one woman. Because at some points, he was allowing men to marry more than one woman because of population issues and people dying, and women really were nothing back then and had no anything. And so, I want to caveat, we're not talking about that. We're talking about from the point where God said one man and one woman.
Though the argument could still, he made just Adam and Eve.
Right. I agree, but I was thinking the law, because the law builds that in.
Well, yeah, I don't think he put a big stamp of okay on polygamy.
No, absolutely not.
This is okay, guys.
He's like, I know this is about to happen, so this is how I'm going to combat it. And he does later say, again, make it one man, one woman. Mm-hmm. He's very clear about it. I agree with you, Adam and Eve. So you said, sign a covenant, a contract, or sign a contract.
There's nothing about signing anything in the Bible.
I don't know.
I know. Okay.
I don't remember if there is.
Not Jewish tradition, but in
Scripture. Honestly, right now, I don't remember if there is.
I mean, we're almost through the Old Testament. I haven't read it anything like that so far.
Yeah, I don't know if there is, but also some of the things I've learned is when Moses brought the law, the 613 laws, he assembled a group of 70 to interpret the law. So some of it comes from, here's how they interpreted the law. And so where God says marriage, what does God mean and how does that work?
It's a question I've had for a long time. eventually it would be a really interesting study to do a deep dive, so I have an answer for it.
Yeah.
Because I'm guilty of maybe counseling people wrongly, but my understanding with what I have read of the Bible, there's nothing in there that I saw about signing a contract or like getting the government involved, or, you know, it's a man and a woman committing to one another for life before God. Not that I'm saying that's what everybody's doing now, because if you're still living together and you're calling each other boyfriend and girlfriend, well, not that committed then.
Well, I think we also need to look at, like, because I don't know the answer to the what did God say, because he didn't give us
right
clear, specific instructions. So I think it is okay that the government is involved, that there is weight to it. Like, and what is that weight? Because we don't have, that I found, the answer to what is that weight in the Old Testament. Like when God established it, one man and one woman. Like, what was that weight? What did it mean? What did he, like, we don't have that.
Right. Well, and I don't disagree with that. And it's actually, I don't know if we brought this up in a podcast yet. I think we did in the Lost episode. Eventually we'll stop referring to the Lost episode.
We will never stop referring to the Lost episode.
Maybe it was the intimacy episode. It doesn't matter.
Or it's the Lost Intimacy episode.
It doesn't matter at this point. The Old Testament, people aren't really marrying for love either. They're making the choice to commit to a person, but it's not explicitly made clear that it's like, oh, I've fallen in love with this person, I want to marry him.
I think 99% of the time, yes.
Yeah, I mean, there are instances of like
Ruth and Boaz.
Yeah, or Rebecca and Isaac.
And Rachel and Jacob.
In the Song of Solomon. Like, there are instances of it happening.
But it's very few and far between. Most of it's Rachel and Leah.
Right.
Which is polygamy.
With that being said, what I think we miss now, as opposed to, if you enter into a relationship with if you enter into a marriage with the understanding that, like, this is a choice. It's a commitment I'm making. It's a choice, and I'm going to choose to love this person every day. Whereas now, that is not what it is. It's, I get that feeling, and I want to be around this person forever. Like, our understanding of marriage is just very different than it's really ever been in human history.
Yeah. Well, it's, like, say we even leave in how marriage is structured in our world today. It's, a divorce is just a thing you can do. You can just, I've fallen out of love with this person. whatever, like, they're not fulfilling my needs. Instead of communicating and being a grown-up and saying, here is my problem. Here is where it's lacking. We don't, because I don't know why people don't communicate. I don't understand it. And then we go find somebody else and we move on and we whatever, and
that's what the weight that you brought up.
I don't even think there's a weight anymore.
Not anymore. Back in the day there was a weight, because especially in I would suspect, this is just a guess without knowing, but considering that the Bible was counterculture for the time that it was written, polygamy was obviously the standard. And it was counterculture in that it was, a commitment between two people. And as a Christian, you understand that commitment reflects Christ and the church. So you understand that there's an eternal commitment being made. So there's that weight. There's the weight of, like, I know this is a choice. I know this is a commitment. We don't have either of those mostly in marriage now.
No, absolutely not.
It's just a follow your genitals situation.
Or it's a I'm not getting my way situation. Like,
yeah.
Like, this person's doing X, Y, and Z. And
I would still argue that's a follow. As soon as your genitals are used to where you're at, then that's when the problems start, right? It's after the honeymoon phase. And then it's, I'm not getting what I need from this person.
I think the honeymoon phase saying was a cop-out for people who, when their marriage got hard and they didn't want to try anymore.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Because, like, today, my friend that I was with, I don't remember how it got brought up, but, her grandma, or his grandma was there. And And she asked how long they'd been married, and she said 13 years. And she's like, oh, the newlywed phase is over. And somebody joked, and I said, not for you guys. And she goes, no, we're just never out of the honeymoon phase.
Right.
Like, kind of joking, kind of not, because they intentionally work on their marriage all the time. So they are giving each other what they need. And so I think the honeymoon phase is a cop-out for when it gets hard.
Yeah, oh, I definitely agree.
It's like, oh, it's not a honeymoon phase anymore. Well, it's not supposed to be.
Right.
It's supposed to be work. Like, we are to die to self when we accept Christ. We are to die to self when we get married. Right. We're to die to self when we have kids, and we're not doing that anymore. It's all about me.
Yes. Yeah, which it's gonna be a thing we bring up in every podcast forever. It's a huge problem in the American church.
And how am I, like, I keep thinking, how am I dying to self?
Yeah.
And that's a hard one to answer.
Yes. Yeah, me too. Especially when you have limited interaction with other humans. It's kind of hard to gauge how you're dying to self when you're not around other people.
Yeah. No, I get it. Like, 100%. Marriage, it's a thing.
Yeah, so I think we just pulled a sermon out of that movie unintentionally.
Be committed and faithful and take the weight of marriage seriously.
Yeah.
And don't sleep around with people.
No.
And
you can't control yourself.
Things you can do to yourself to get the same reaction, stop.
Yeah. It's a gateway drug.
It's a sexual sin.
Yep.
Don't live with a boyfriend or girlfriend. Don't just date someone because you're lonely. Don't commit before you're ready.
And because the decision has importance. It has weight. Whether or not you feel the effect of it immediately doesn't mean there's not an effect.
Oh, you will.
You will. You know, it gets brought up a lot now that you and I were raised in a time of heavy purity culture.
Oh, yep.
And it went too far, like, just don't do it. Don't do it. Just don't do it. And not
like it's evil, it's bad, don't do it.
Yes, and not enough of, but here's why. Like, here's the ramifications. Here's the real conversations about all these things.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And here's from personal experience what I'm going to say. Don't get in a relationship because you're lonely. Don't marry somebody because you don't want to be alone. And think you're in love with them because you're going to end up in a situation where it's not good, where there's abuse, where there's infidelity. And then you're going to end up sitting on a couch, being a single woman, living alone, divorced.
Right.
Because you made a choice. Or maybe it could be even worse and you end up being brutalized to death or end up not leaving the marriage and unaliving yourself or whatever. Or maybe the Lord does a work and God does a miracle and things change. But don't rush into relationships just because you want to sleep with somebody.
You're right. Yeah. It's the difference between delayed gratification and instant gratification.
Oh, yeah. Like I told Sierra today, I said, my standards are so high now that I don't think there's a man out there, at least not in Wyoming right now.
Yeah, that's about where I'm at too.
Like, because I don't want to experience that again. I would rather be single than experience that again.
And you know what's crazy? To me, the high standard is a man that understands Christ the way that I do. That's the high standard.
and it's so bizarre to me
that
a man who is confident, who understands who he is, who understands who Christ made him to be, and who pursues Christ and understands Christ as much as, if not more than I do, is a high standard.
Right. Yeah, right. And the reason being, this is personal, I want someone who understands Christ the way that I do or better, so they understand the commitment that they're making in the relationship.
Correct. So that they can lead.
Right.
Like, so that they can help me pursue, who's got active pursuing of God that drives me to pursue more.
Yeah. Yes.
And then my driving to pursue more drives them to pursue more, and it's a partnership and not just I'm over here pursuing Christ and you're not.
Right.
Been there, done that.
Same.
Don't do it.
Don't, no.
And that's high standard. And wanting a man who is confident in who God made him to be to the point where he's not worried that you're mad at them and whining about it and asking about it. You haven't talked to him for 2 hours. Like, did I do something to offend you? No, I'm a grown adult with a job who also knows boundaries and knows it's enmeshment and creepy to talk to somebody 24/7.
You didn't text me back immediately. Are you okay? Sorry. I
Like,
get that a lot, though.
I know, but like that's because that's our culture, because we switched from dating in person and not having access to someone 24/7 to having access to someone 24/7 and dating online. So if you're not talking to them, they must hate you and must not like you because we don't have confidence. Guess what? I have a job. We have this podcast. I lead a women's ministry. I go work out. I hang out with my family. I don't even talk to my friends every day. Like, you're the person I talk to the most.
I can tell you, experientially, that there's two extremes when it comes to dating men, and there's not a lot of in between. You get the ones that are really insecure, or you get the ones that are
Creepy, self-confident.
out the gate, uncomfortable, sexual.
Blech. We don't want that either. I got another sugar daddy request today.
You can't call them that if they're bots.
I don't know if they're bots or not, but like, said requests. I don't know if they really are. The whole, if I gave you $4,000 right now, what would you do with it?
Amber.
I know. But
It's
like,
spam.
I delete them. I'm not an idiot.
No, I'm not saying that
Just
you're not,
saying,
but
like,
you can't. There's a difference between a spam and a legit request to, like, let me give you money.
I think some of them are legit.
Probably a few, yeah.
But like, just that, like, thought of age gap, older men that do that, and I'm grossed out by it.
Any
gross.
men that do it are gross. The age of OnlyFans has made men way too bold in offering money
The Lord
for
needs
things.
to burn that server.
Yeah. I will boldly say I think OnlyFans is one of the worst things to happen to women in my lifetime.
Oh, I think it's, and men. Like, I know because of sin, and honestly, it irritates me when we say this. Men are sexual creatures. They do this because we've allowed them to be.
Yes.
And we have said it, and we have encouraged it, and we have like placated into it, versus like the men I know who don't behave that way, that are pursuing Christ, are not that way.
No. I think internet porn is the worst thing to happen to men in my lifetime.
Oh, agreed.
OnlyFans specifically is the worst thing to happen to women in my lifetime.
Aren't there men on OnlyFans too?
Yes, there are, but the men have long since been cooked, man. They've been done for internet porn.
I mean, yeah, that...
I'm not saying OnlyFans is good for men either. I'm just saying that bringing the access to porn into your fingertips has been worse for men than OnlyFans has been for men.
I feel like OnlyFans is the next level of porn.
It is, and it's bad. I'm not saying yes. I'm just...
But women now can directly make the money.
Yeah.
Versus it being sex trafficked, versus it being produced, versus it being a magazine.
Yeah, like if I had to graph it, internet porn for men, whereas OnlyFans for men, it has increased it, but not like it did with the access through the internet.
Yeah.
Whereas OnlyFans for women has really, it shot up the monetization of our sexuality and that boss bitch mentality.
Yeah. I found out that the state of Wyoming and the state of Texas, and I don't know if there's any others, now require you to be like 18 or 21 and upload your ID to porn sites so they can prove it.
Yes, I believe it's 18.
But like, at least there's something happening, so it's not.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that hard to circumvent, though. You just have to have a VPN.
Right, I figured, but like, they're trying.
Yeah, I mean...
I wish that they would make porn illegal and Not that it would really change anything, because
I mean, that cat's out of the bag now. I don't know that there's any going back.
I think the only thing that's going to change it is God getting a hold of the hearts of people who make it.
I think the only thing that's going to change it is Jesus coming back.
Probably.
We're long past this is really my mother coming out in me, but we're long past the point of like radical change for overall morality.
Yeah.
Like, you'll get pockets of it. For sure you'll get pockets of it. But in general,
That's true. It's sad, but it's true.
It is sad, but it is sad, and it is true. And I think it's important, especially as Christians, I think it's important to be realistic with where we are in the timeline. I don't think we should attack something expecting to change it on a global level. I think we should attack things and expect to change them on our community level.
All right. I think, and I don't think I said it well, if we had revival and people actually, by people I mean us, actually preached the gospel, and we talked to people and we discipled people and we loved people the way Jesus called us to, and we helped people transform their lives with the power of Jesus Christ, it would change. Actually, it would change some.
Yeah.
I don't see it changing completely, because I know a lot of Christian men who...
Well, yeah, like I said, that cat's too far out of the bag to put it all the way back in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. We can turn the dial a little bit, but
yeah,
the closer we get to the end, the harder it's going to be to influence
I
that
hope
kind
it's
of
not
change.
our lifetime.
I hope it's not either.
Like, it's supposed to get so much worse.
I know, and it's hard to imagine, but I was thinking about it recently with like AI and the way that it's being integrated into our lives already. It's gonna set us on the even more of a fast track.
Probably.
Like the way I don't know if I told you this or not. There's studies being done now of people who I sent you the video. I don't think you've watched it yet. It's not just AI, though I know this is going to affect it too. People, me included, I am guilty of this too. Staring at, like, scrolling just on your phone too much.
Yeah, I started it, but I was working and my brain couldn't do it all.
People who scroll a lot have less gray matter. Like, this stupid thing is literally affecting our brains. And that's without AI. That's without AI.
Well, and then we were talking last night on the way home from Bible study that AI is starting to shift their algorithm to make it less personable. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but you said somebody unalived themselves.
A 16-year-old boy.
Because AI convinced them to.
Yes.
It gets terrifying.
Yeah.
When the world is using AI as a counselor and a friend.
The way that it looks, and this is a little conspiratorial, but the way that it looks is every technological advance, it is laid out really far, and then they the they that we don't know who they are. Yes, they gauge. It's like, oh, this is a little too much for them. We're going to pull it back a little bit until they get desensitized to it, and then we can roll it out even more. So we're not quite ready for AI to be. I think I might know the next movie I'm going to make you watch. We're not quite ready for AI to be companions yet. But
like the robot in the Jetsons?
Yes, kind of. We'll have to. I enjoy doing this one. We could do this we could record one of these every week and just like stockpile them. I like them. I love.
That's
movies.
fine. We can do this.
I know what I've been sitting here all night wondering, like, what am I going to make you watch next? I know the next one.
Okay, great. Yeah, our culture's definitely shifted.
Yeah.
And I think our call is to affect our 5 square feet radius.
Yeah.
Who is in our vicinity in that very given moment, and to be bold. Mm-hmm. And I'm not bold outside of my comfort zone.
It depends. Sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not. The happenings this week have got me thinking about a thing that I've been thinking about for a long time anyway. And I don't even know what it would look like, but setting up a downtown somewhere, just visibly, with some sort of, like, interact with me sign. I don't know what it would look like. Or what I would do, or if anyone would do it with me. But I've been thinking about it for a long time.
Like, just to have dialogue with people? And to, like, give them a chance to talk and just...
Yeah, well, what I've been thinking the last couple days is, I want to listen to you. It's not even me talk to you, just like, I want to listen to you.
It's like being someone that would listen...
To whatever, yeah.
To whatever, and maybe... It's a great idea.
Because it's one of my little catchphrases that I like a lot now, that I came up with. But it rings true. It's listen the way you wish to be heard.
Mm-hmm.
And people just listen to respond, mostly. But when you're listening the way that you hope someone would listen to you, you get a lot of... You get different things from the conversation.
Oh, yeah.
And you can find common ground and you can connect with people. Spoiler alert, again, we're more alike than we're not.
Right?
Even though we keep using this word like extreme. It's just not true.
I think the extreme comes from the rhetoric you listen to.
Oh, yeah. Well, I understand what it means, like, when they use that term. But in terms of just people in general...
Right. Yeah, but
extreme is Ted Bundy. And, like, if you're not Ted Bundy...
At the Donner Party.
Yeah. If you're not Ted Bundy, I could sit down and have a conversation with you and find common ground. The truth is, I could probably have sat down with Ted Bundy and found common ground too.
Right. Well, I was thinking, like, we have this social media thing, and there is 2 camps, and they're both political, and you either fall on one or the other. And if you don't, something's wrong with you. I air quoted that. And so, at the core of it, what I understand you're saying is, we could not have anything that looks alike or aligns.
Yes.
But when we sit in and actually have a conversation, find out that you're lonely, you're scared, you're afraid, you've had this happen, you dreamed this, and all of a sudden it's a different dialogue if you take out all of the rhetoric that they're being fed to make it extreme differences.
Well, even if you don't take out the rhetoric, if you're having conversations with the intention of understanding someone, not changing their mind, you can find common ground and you can see where they're coming from more and, like, the real heart behind whatever the thing it is that they believe.
Yeah.
And I've been thinking about it for a long time, and even before this week, it's starting to press on me already. Like, what do we do with this now? Like, this is fun. I love doing this, but this isn't what the end game. It's not.
Right. This is just the first step of many.
And I'm already feeling depressed. It's like, okay, what's next, girls? What are you doing next? How do you take this outside of Amber's apartment?
With all of my weird neighbor noises. You know, that's just, I've been feeling it too for a couple weeks, and I think we keep praying and we keep stepping in obedience, and as we're supposed to take the next step, we will. And I think there's going to be things that God calls us to do that nobody ever hears about.
I hope so.
Like, legitimately, I do. And...
Well, yeah, because this isn't a content farm. We're not doing
No, absolutely not. We're going to do lots of things that God calls us to that you're not going to hear about or know about, because, frankly, I don't have the energy to create it all as content, and I don't want it.
No.
Because I don't need you to know when I go serve somebody or give to somebody or when I sit and pick raspberries on a raspberry farm. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't need you to know my life in real time.
Yeah, no. Nope.
We divulged from Little Women to how do we love people well. I guess that kind of ties in because they loved the Hummel family well.
Yeah, well, it ties in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Because life was just different 200 years ago.
Oh, yeah. And the extremes that were to them, there's extremes to us.
Yeah. Just reminded me of a silly thing.
What?
The kissing in that movie seemed like it was way too vulgar for the time period. It wasn't even that bad. But when they cut to that scene of Meg and Mr. Brooks going at it, it was like, oh! They would not be doing that in the front door.
They were in love.
They would not be doing that right there at the front door with their family.
The family was preoccupied. But
It
the
wouldn't have
daddy
happened.
just came
It
home.
wouldn't have happened. No.
How do you think they got babies, Jessica?
Behind closed doors, Amber.
You don't think it started on the porch saying goodnight?
Before they're married with the
hello?
family in the next
Not
room?
this-
No.
It starts with a kiss.
I know, but I love
I mean, you're
watching
right.
time.
There was some weird, I caught some weird, like...
Well, it's because it was made in 1994. I just like watching
It
time
was
period
so
pieces and be like, this is
funny.
such a modern thing. This is not how it would have been.
Yeah.
They do it in everything. We
yeah.
can't get it right because there's just no way. It's just...
We need to watch the show called The Midwife.
Why?
Because it's fantastic.
Shows maybe someday. I don't know if I can commit to
Like,
the whole show.
we need to watch the show, not for the series.
Oh.
But, one, it's a period piece.
I'm bad at I don't like
And
watching
we
new
can
shows.
watch... Oh, it's so good. I'll have my mom watch it with us.
All right.
And she'll be like, watching it with my mom will make you want to watch it more, and then you'll get hooked.
The way I watch shows, it has to all be out and I binge it all at once.
There's like 17, 14, 10, 12 seasons.
Well, maybe,
And there's only going to
maybe.
be like 3 or 4 more.
When I get in the mood to watch TV, I just watch one of the series I've watched 700 times before.
This will be a series you'd watch 700 times.
We'll see.
I've watched it twice in 2
You and
years.
I have very different tastes in media, Amber.
Even my dad likes it.
I just watched Black Sails twice in a row. I can guarantee you it's different than this.
I bet my dad would watch Black Sails.
It's very violent.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of sex.
There's some sort of Viking show that he likes to watch.
I haven't watched any of the Viking ones yet.
And-
Pirates.
And, like, it's violent.
Like
and he-
graphically violent.
I think so. I've not watched it with him. But he likes violent stuff.
Black Sails is a fantastic show.
And he loves Call the Midwife. And if he ever listens to this episode, he will not deny it. Might have to bring it up if I can ever get him to get on with us.
You should work on that.
I have not asked him yet. Like, we're focused on birthday party stuff.
That's fair. We need to line up our next guest.
I think we have one, but we can talk about that after we close.
Okay.
Do we need to put a trigger warning on this one? Seems how we went deep at the end.
I don't think we need a trigger warning.
Just like a, hey, don't listen to this with kids thing.
Yeah, at some point, that's just... You're going to have to figure that out for yourself, listener. Like, sorry, but...
Maybe you shouldn't listen to our podcast with children.
Yeah. And if it's different, then we'll tell you. But just assume this might not be the best thing to listen to around your children. It depends on the kind of conversations you want to have with your kids.
Yeah, and I would prefer it not be because of us that you did that and then you're mad at us. So please don't.
I mean, I don't care. As long as we warned you, you choose what to do from here.
I mean, my best friend asked me today what our first movie was, and I literally could not tell her because her kids were in the car.
Okay, but that one's a little different. That one needed a content warning. This one doesn't need a content warning necessarily.
No, we didn't go graphic. We're fine.
Yeah. It was mostly because we talked about really heavy things and that, and it was...
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I just was trying to be funny.
No, it's just going to be the rule of it. People who listen to podcasts around their kids are not making the best decisions in life.
I mean, maybe. Depends on what podcast they're listening to.
Most of the podcasts, not child friendly. I can't imagine how many people are listening to podcasts. Hour and a half, 2 hour long podcasts with their children.
That's true. I wouldn't.
No.
It would be my car. It would be my getting ready. It would
I
be
think
my...
that's where most people listen to them.
Listen to it at work.
While they're working out, driving, walking, whatever.
Yeah.
Not when they're supposed to be being a parent.
You would be surprised.
I didn't say all, but most. That's why my sister hasn't listened to any of these yet. She doesn't have the time to.
Because she's got 5 million children.
She does have
With one more on the way.
Yes.
Okay, with that note, we're both tired.
Mm-hmm.
My brain is fried.
How many minutes? How long do we make it?
An hour and 20 minutes.
Okay, cool.
Do you feel better?
Yeah.
Why do we have to go over an hour?
We didn't have to go over an hour, but 38 minutes wasn't enough.
Valid. I'm going to do the thing.
Okay.
We're glad you're here. This isn't about having the answers. It's about being honest. Because grace doesn't start with those who have it all figured out. It starts with we who were not.
Bye-bye.